Aren't you training your pet today? The midterm exam is coming at the end of the month, asked Hu Jie. Not today. As for the exam, do you think I'll fail? He asked back. His English teacher laughed. Of course not. I was just reminding you. If you want to come over and work, you can go to the front as a resident trainer. It was originally my job today. Okay, thank you, teacher. She led him to the front lobby of the cultivation house, where the decoration was very exquisite. Following her introduction, Su Bai and the other staff got to know one another. As a trainer, he had his workshop. Since not many people visited in the morning, he picked up some books on cultivation and flipped through them. The cub ate the orange-flavored energy medicinal cake while playing games. Every day, it defended its #1 spot on the piano tiles game, but each time, the other unknown pet would surpass its record the following day. The cultivation house had no guests in the morning. Occasionally, some would come to buy medicine, medicinal cakes, or pet materials. At 11 a.m., a 16 or 17-year-old girl came with her parents and walked up to Su Bai's office by the front desk. Su Bai, they're here for a consultation over a pet cultivation program. Her daytime dream wants to evolve into a dark dream. The young lady at the front desk explained to him. Okay, I understand. He nodded. Daytime dream was a ghost monster with a snowy white body. It could change into any shape at will and had no specific form. Come with me to do an overall test first. He got up and walked to the back of a large inspection machine. Is this young man really a trainer? He looks as old as my daughter. Isn't he too young? The girl's father glanced at the receptionist and asked. Please don't question my ability. This is my trainer certificate. Su Bai handed the certificate and then continued speaking. According to my observations, your daughter's daytime dream was born 2 weeks ago and is still in its infancy stage. Just before coming here, it drank a bottle of fragrant dream potion and is feeling giddy right now. The warlord-level pet, Golden Horn Big Armor, that's following you is in its mature stage and has lived for about 15 years. Its left tentacles should be newly grown. It has gone through a fierce battle recently, and because of this, it should have the opportunity to evolve into a golden-winged flying beetle. Judging from its overall growth state, it has failed evolving once before, likely due to the wrong catalytic agent used. After he finished talking about all that, he turned to the girl's mother and prepared to talk about her pet, the flying barracuda, next. Sorry, Mr. Su. I was in the wrong. I shouldn't have questioned your trainer qualifications. The girl's father quickly admitted his mistake and apologized. Su Bai's analysis had directly dispelled his doubts. He was indeed a prodigious summoner. Sorry. We were too superficial. The girl and her mother also quickly apologized. The front desk clerk was also shocked by the teenage boy's analysis. She had met many trainers, and such an impressive trainer was at least at senior intermediate. It's all right, it's normal. Su Bai shook his head. After inspecting Daytime Dream's body, he looked at the data and started developing a cultivation plan for it. In fact, having already seen its specific data via the pet interface, he only inspected it for the sake of normality. This particular spirit had 2 evolutionary directions, and its final form for the dark dream was a night dream devil. The so-called nurturing plan was to let it naturally evolve into a dark dream. It mainly included information on energy potions, medicinal cakes, and other food. Some precautions for normal training were included. With the pet interface, he quickly formed plans and handed them to the girl. Hey, why did you give us so many sets of materials? Isn't it always one set? The girl's father was puzzled. Oh, I'm a newcomer, so I didn't know that, but it's all right, the prices of these plans are all different, so it's up to you to choose. Su Bai actually knew that only one plan usually was given, but he had deliberately given them several to hook them in. Thank you. The girl's father quickly thanked him, thinking how real and sincere the boy was. Sir, please pay at the front desk. The total amount is 30,000 yuan. If you need to purchase other materials, we'll count those in. The receptionist informed the father politely. There's no hurry. I want to look at the evolution plan for my Golden Horn Big Armor. Didn't Mr. Su say earlier that it has an opportunity of evolving, too? The girl's father waved his hand and looked expectantly at Su-bai. Of course, but since your golden horn big armor failed to evolve once, so it'll be more difficult for it to try again, and the price is higher, too. Still, with its current condition, I'm confident of successfully evolving it into a golden-winged flying beetle, including a chance to advance to commander level. Su-bai nodded and explained. This was his scheme in the first place. Developing a nurturing plan for a slave pet could not bring him much money, but developing a cultivation plan for a warlord pet to reach the commander level could. Everything he had done and said previously was with this in mind. With the extra training programs that he had given them, the girl's father, who now felt that he was a sincere person, had developed a good impression of him. In the end, everything would fall into place. Really? You can help it break through to the commander level? Asked the girl's father excitedly. Of course. As long as you follow the nurturing plan I give you. You can come to me if it still doesn't succeed in breaking through, and I'll develop another plan for free. He nodded. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Su. The girl's father nodded gratefully. After testing the body of the golden horn big armor, Su-bai formulated a cultivation plan for it and also gave it a special catalyzing agent. Nurture your pet for a period according to this cultivation method first. Once it reaches the peak of mid-level warlord, just as it's about to advance, give it this catalytic potion. After which, let it evolve. Continue cultivating it accordingly, and it'll advance to commander level within 1 year. Okay. Thank you again, replied the girl's father gratefully. It's nothing, it's my job. He nodded. Thank you. After thanking him one last time, the family of 3 left to pay at the front desk. Su-bai was elated, the 2 orders added up to at least 300,000 yuan, and he could receive 70% of it, which was 210,000 yuan. He was really delighted to earn back the money he had spent on the materials in one fell swoop. If he was not pressed for time, he really would want to stay here every day to earn money. Student, you're so good at making money. You made so much money on your first order on your first day here. Hu Jie walked over and patted him on the shoulder with praise. The more the teacher watched her student, the more pleased she was. He was a really cute guy. Haha. It was mainly good luck. Su-bai smiled happily. Not only had he earned money, he had even been praised by the English teacher, the owner of a sweet temperament and a nice voice. He was naturally very happy. However, except those with slave pets, no big customer came looking for him, so he only formulated 2 servant-level cultivation programs in the next half of the day. Ultimately, trainers also relied on qualifications and reputation. Many clients directly came to the trainers whom they had made appointments with or those with good reputation and qualifications. Even if the front desk recommended him, a newbie like Su-bai had few chances of receiving orders. It was good enough to make these few orders in a day. It did not matter how strong he was if he had no one to show off to. Since he was in the city, he bid farewell to his English teacher later that afternoon and went to see his master, Gaon.